Housey garagey stuff. The Crew 2 will return and we're going to the home. Now, the reason I wanted to show you the home is it's a place in our hearts when it comes to racing games. When they have a home space for us to be able to go to and do things, it adds another layer of like RPG elements to racing games, and I hope they continue to develop on this because it's absolutely fantastic. Now, first thing I wanted to show, this is where you customize your car. There is paint customization options here that are crazy. Now, in the last game, they were good, but they weren't amazing. This time around, we have some absolutely crazy customizations with the paints. We have iridescent colors, which is beautiful. There's a lot of colors that remind me of like cool cars I've seen and they really show off the curves really well. Like my car, when it was black, an iridescent color just helps so much, showing those extra curves and stuff that you wouldn't normally see on like a black car, for example. Anyway, so I'm also factoring in the R34 customization in this video. There are a lot of options. Now, so for this car, there's a lot more options than some of the hypercars, for example. 21 front bumpers, which I think is bloody crazy. It has some of the options from the Crew 1, but if I'm not mistaken, it seems like there's more options in this game. So some of the cars obviously have, as I said, have less than others when it comes to a hypercar compared to a tuner car, which is made for this. And there's a lot more options here. I would like, again, though, to see some more options, if that could be the case. But there is actually something that I would take over more customization parts that I can't, unfortunately, show you in this video. I know, but we're going to do another few videos, or many videos over the coming weeks. And I'm going to show you a heck of a lot more in this game. And I can't wait for the game to come out to show you everything. Like, I'm just scratching the surface with these videos here. I've only played the surface. I've only scratched the surface myself. I've got some stuff that I don't think a lot of other people would have picked up on coming later in the week as well. Look out for those. But 88 rim options on this. 88. That's bloody plenty for me, I tell you that. I honestly like the standard style that came with it, and you can also change now the caliper color. Slight little thing, but makes the world of difference. Red calipers on a blue car. Can you beat it? I don't think so. Side skirts has 5 options. All of them are really nice. And then on the back, we have the rear fender actually puts like a weird kind of race car style vent on it. So a lot of these mods are mixed with street perf stuff. I think that's why you see a lot of parts from the previous games. And I feel like there are more parts, but I don't know if that's just a combination of all the parts that were available in the previous game. But they've added new cars, obviously, and those have had to have parts built for them and stuff. But anyway, there's a lot of perf and race stuff in this. When it comes to specs of vehicles, I'll be doing more content on that very soon, but I think they've removed some of the specs and added some new specs. The hypercar class is now its own class as far as I'm aware, but there is a nice 21 options of this, and I have to say, after seeing this, after seeing this dual exhaust setup of an R34 GTR, if I ever manage to fulfill the dream of buying an R34 GTR, I am throwing on that dual exhaust option. It's beautiful. So this is a street race vehicle, and I was basically doing the performance modifications there. You can actually go in the garage and change the parts. You can mix and match parts between the vehicles you have, but let's now focus on the actual home space. Now, I was hoping that there would be some customization with the home space. Unfortunately, there isn't, but I like it. I hope in the future that we can buy different places and maybe make that a thing. And the home spaces even be like how this is like the lowest end kind of type of place, because it doesn't look that great. But in TDU2, you could actually eventually buy like a yacht. I'm hoping that in the future they'll add those kind of things, and you'll be able to invite people over to your houses and stuff. I don't even know if that you can invite people over your houses. Maybe you can. I don't know any of this right now. We're gonna find out as we get through this. But here we are straight away. Here we are in the downstairs of the garage. So this is like where a bunch of the cars are stored. Now I only had a small handful of cars, so the Skyline is back there. I imagine you can set these and they stay the same even if you start driving that car. So you can have a nice cool collection of your like dream cars here. I can already see mine having the R34 at the front, an SLS in the back, and maybe like some kind of truck in the back rear there. That'll be really, really nice. So you can, as I said, change these up. I want to put the Skyline in the front, just swap it out. Boom, it's there. I like the animations. It's super, super smooth, super cool. Another cool thing which I would really like to see is the pictures on the wall. They're a bit kind of basic. They're kind of preset images almost. What would be nice is to maybe have pictures you've been able to take and put them on the wall like you could, again, on TDU2. I believe you could do that, but that GTR looks so nice. I love the front of it. Now, I wanted to show this. It has multiple options for the lift. It said harbor. So we're going to have a hangar, like, harbor area for the planes. Obviously, for the harbor would be for the boats. We're actually genuine. Are we going to have, like, an area where we can store boats and have them, like, bobbing up and down on the water? If so, that's going to be absolutely insane. I'm hoping that we get to see that, show that at some point. Now, something I missed out on because it was only just released. This right here shows the progression of upgrading the apartment. So there is a progression of upgrading the apartment. And I'm hoping in the future we'll see some more customization of the apartment. In this corner over here, this is where you're going to be buying some new things. Now, at the beginning of the game, this is from the previous video, you got to select a character. They're all wearing basically the same stuff, and obviously, they're a bit bland. But this is where you can change those. You can actually choose some new clothing for your person, which is great. And I'm hoping and guessing that maybe throughout the game, you can unlock more of them. I like the idea of the home. I'm super glad they've added the home into the game. But I would personally, as I said, like to see these separate stores introduced at some point in this game's lifetime or in the future game as an update to just add more variety to it. I would definitely be down for an update where they added shops that added a bunch more clothes and removed it from being in here. I kept the ones in here that are in here, but introduced more shops, different brand shops around, like kind of like GTA, and have it like the single player where certain shops sell certain types of clothing. And also, I would like to see the dealerships return, that kind of thing, like buying cars in the home spaces. I get, and it said in the previous video, I get why they do that. But I'm the type of person that likes to drive to these special places and stuff to buy these cars. So in the future, that's something I'd like to see. Maybe get your starter car there and you can store your car there. But when you actually go to buy cars, you buy it from a dealership. Like we had in TDU2. It seems that like TDU2 did it really, really well in where you had like a Porsche dealer or like a European dealer or like an Italian dealer, that sort of thing. That worked really, really well in my opinion. But I feel like I'm throwing shade on the game. I'm not. I like how this is set up. I like that they're taking a step in the right direction of having those customization options. I just want the next step of that. Now, this is actually the photo mode. I didn't realize you could use the photo mode in the garage and you can change the time of the photo mode. You already have seen this photo mode. It's pretty much the same as it was in the previous game, except it has quite a few more options. It's been improved upon, and I'm really, really digging it. It's such a nice photo mode, if not the best, one of the best that there is, because being able to change the time and the weather and everything affects the lighting so massively, and putting all these filters on it, and I'd say it's second to Drive Club. Drive Club had a fantastic thing, but this is so much easier to use than Drive Club's photo mode. It's among the best. It has some of the greatest options. I just can't get enough of that exhaust. The dual exhaust is super cool with the bolted on plate to stop it kind of messing the paint up. Anyway, the garage, everybody, ladies and gents, it has so much in here, and I just want a little bit more in the future. As I said, I would like to see the introduction of clothes shops and all that kind of thing. Even if that's not a thing, I would like to see more clothes added to the game for this stage, and in the future game, add clothes shops, that kind of thing, if they feel like that's something that would kind of negate. Like if you take the clothes that are in the game and buy them in the home, and then you take that feature away, people are going to be a bit confused. So unless you're willing to do that, I think the best thing would be to save that for the next game and just add more clothes generally and unlock more clothes as you play the game, and kind of weekly challenges to unlock more clothes, because character customizations may seem like a small thing in this game, like a small thing. To me and to a lot of people, having your character and taking pictures like this with your character in front of your car, it just adds a whole nother like level on top of it. I adore it. It's just... It's the best thing in the world. Like, having... It's something that GTA does fantastically well. Always having the ability to... You get attached to your cars. Not as much in GTA, but you get attached to your cars in this game. Having a person just adds, again, that next level over the top of it. Makes it more realistic. But in a way of ownership. It gives you that... It gives you that feel of you've earned that, and it's such a great feeling. It's such a, not a slight thing, but in the whole scheme of things, it's a slight thing that ends up meaning a whole bunch more than I actually probably intended for it to mean. It plays on like an emotional level almost, and I feel like I'm getting all like hippie over here, but I am super excited that they added to the garage to the game. I would love to see in the future a whole bunch of stuff, but one last thing I wanted to leave you with that I would really, really like to see on this game is Clubhouse HQs or Crew HQs return, where special vehicles that you unlock from playing only those online races, Club v Club, that's what I want to see return. If you agree, make sure to let me know down in the comments. But thank you so much for joining us on today's video of The Crew 2. Check back for tomorrow for even more. Smash like, subscribe if you are new. Until next time, guys. Peace.